and that's it. Back to you two.
Carol, thanks very much. See you later.
Now, here's a question. Is Aaron going to be crying by the end of this next item? Not much point, really, I think.
No, but I tell you what, I'm going to milk this story for all it's worth. Okay, see this little bag? You know, we've had milk in cartons, we've had it in bottles and jugs before. Now Sainsbury's is bringing this little beauty out. 2 pints of milk. It's going to start going on sale today across the Sainsbury's stores. It is a plastic bag, and in fact, Sainsbury's says that it's about 75% of less packaging needed to make this than, of course, the 2-pint plastic bottles. But of course, the key question, will people buy it, or is it just a fad?
If there's no downside to the bags, I think it's an excellent idea.
On a practical level, the only thing I'd be worried about would be how easy it would be to transport bags, you know, where they'd sort of burst and flop around in the back of the car and things like that. So that would be one worry. But apart from that, it seems like a good idea.
We're always throwing away so many cartons and plastic, and you know, if it cuts down throwing things away, that's a good idea.
No, definitely I wouldn't drink it out of a bag away, because it still have to go into some kind of a container.
Okay, well, let's see what the designers the experts really, who design packaging for companies think, because Jonathan Ford is from Pearl Fisher. Welcome to breakfast, Jonathan. So we see the packaging here. I'm going to actually just show the viewers at home how it works. I've only tried this once, mind you, so let's see how it works. And while I'm doing that, tell me, as a designer, what do you think this looks like, and how does it compare?
Well, I think as a designer, I think it's a good step in terms of trying to address environmental issues, and I think there are people out there today which are prepared to make the kind of sacrifices to take on board, minimise packaging, to address environmental concerns. From a personal point of view, do I like it? I think that's an interesting point, because as a consumer, I assess things from their desirability.
Well, would you put this on your kitchen table?
Well, I would on certain occasions, but not on others, and I think that's down to the actual style of the design and therefore its desirability. But I think you have to applaud Sainsbury's for minimising packaging, which is the whole point of this exercise.
Well, no, absolutely, you do, and I've done it. I've pierced it. It's all very simple. So far, it seems. Let's see, and there we go. We've got milk. We've got milk out of a plastic bag into the jug, into the bowl. But look, they've done this before. But you know, the plastic bottles and the bottles are one of the most recycled products in this country. Why even go this way? Because this is the empty plastic bag. I would imagine this is going to end up in general waste.
Sure. Well, a lot of the research that Pearlfish has done has told us that people are really conscious about the amount of packaging that they use, and the whole point about this is to minimise the packaging. So if we take at what Sainsbury's say at face value is, they've reduced it by 75%. You know, putting milk in packaging like this, that's a good thing. The onus is then on the consumer then to do their bit, which is to recycle this. Okay, well, Jonathan Ford from Pearl Fisher, thanks very much for that. They're also talking about putting perhaps orange juice. We already see wine in a bag. And the thing you're all waiting for, the drop test. Now, I'm not going to drop it around my feet. I'm not a mug. Let's see how sturdy this is. Wow, it didn't break. I'll have more news later on in the day.
I think he should do his bulletins kneeling on that stool all the time. It looks interesting.
Yeah, you kind of suit a bar stool, Aaron, although, you know, what does that say about him? I'm not sure. Thank you very much. Nice to see you.